Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping.
I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would speak with dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap.
We're
You
clapping.
can. Yay!
Hello to all of our merry travelers. Welcome back. This is High Fantasy right now. If you like what we do here, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to check out our Patreon, where we have all kinds of fun things for you to vote on. There's also going to be a $500 a month stretch goal to unlock master classes on our Patreon itself. So if that's something you're interested in, please do go and check that out. Here you can find us High Fantasy on YouTube, Spotify, and Patreon. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as the Copper Spoon for tavern content and the latest updates on the up-and-coming Copper Spoon cookbook coming soon. Follow all socials for our latest updates and constantly keep yourself in the know, our fantastic travelers. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I'm Emily.
And today, we are going to be talking about nuns with guns.
Nuns with guns?
Nuns with guns! 40Ks, Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle. We're going to be talking about the nuns with guns.
The nuns with guns.
Also, today, we're going to be doing a bit more of an in-depth look at some of the people for the Imperium. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it, boys.
So, first of all, what do you know about the Adeptus Sororitas, Sisters of Battle?
The Sisters of Battle. So, they are... So I know that women can't be space marines, but they can be sisters of battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they're like the emperor's personal guard, right? Or are they like the emperor's bitches? Like the emperor, they really like the emperor.
They are known as the daughters of the emperor. Yes.
And so like they're hot lady warriors. They're hot lady warriors who defend the emperor and have a hard-on about not being heretics.
You're not wrong.
But that's also like every space marine. It feels like it's like, you're a heretic. You know.
Yeah, a lot of that for sure going on. So, the Adeptus Sororitas was originally founded by the let's say church. All right, because we do need to have this weird little bit here where we talk about there is technically a separation between the church and the military.
Okay.
It's just not super easy to find a lot of the times.
It's not super existent. Like, it exists, it's there, but, like, nobody listens to it.
Exactly. Now, there was this event, and we're not going to go into it because if we did, we wouldn't have any time. But I'm going to give you a broad summary of this.
Wait, is it the Horus Heresy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, that's only one event I know of, so...
No. It's called the Age of Apostasy.
Okay.
Where basically the church decided they were going to kind of take over and control everything.
Oh, cool.
And this led to a lot of really bad stuff because we had a lot of zealots just kind of running around. Mm-hmm. It was not great for the Imperium.
Oh boy.
So after the Age of Apostasy and the Reign of Blood in the 36th millennium, the ecclesiarchy cannot maintain any men under arms.
Okay, so basically what I'm interpreting this as is that like there was a time period where the church was basically like, now we're going to be in charge.
Yep.
And it was a bunch of dudes being like, church, laws, my rule. And the emperor's like, fuck that.
He's not even alive right now.
Oh, the
So
Emperor
the
isn't
Emperor's
even alive?
technically alive, but that's its own whole thing.
I feel like something was glossed over here.
Let's just say the Emperor's not in a position to do anything about this.
Okay. Okay, so the Emperor can't do anything about this.
Yeah. And the church decides they're going to take over. It's this big thing. So, after the Age of Apostasy and the Reign of Blood in the 36th millennium, the ecclesiarchy cannot maintain any men under arms, which basically means the church cannot have a standing army.
Why?
Because there was a law put in place after everything went crazy with all of the fucking cultists and shit.
Okay, so just somebody else decided, like, nah, this isn't gonna happen
Yeah, the
anymore.
Militarum decided...
Did the church like that?
No! No, they didn't. They didn't like that so much that they found a loophole.
Oh, okay.
Because it specifically states they cannot maintain any men under arms.
So they're gonna get some ladies.
Yes. This command was supposed to limit the power of the ecclesiarchy by preventing it from maintaining the massive armies of the faithful it once used to abuse its power from the 32nd to the 36th millennium. So there was about a 4,000 year bit where they were just kind of using the fact that they had mass populations of people who were like, yay, we'll kill people for God. There was 4,000 years of that.
Okay.
And after this was done, the ecclesiarchy was told, like, all right, we're kind of done with your shit.
Like, you can't
By the
keep
Astra
killing
Militarum,
people.
which is the military.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we're not doing this. So they decided to form a new order. The Sisters of Battle, or the Adeptus Sororitas.
So they were forced to be feminists.
Yeah. Kind of. So the Sisters of Battle is formed. They are they're so into the church. Oh, they love the church so much.
Oh, nuns with guns.
Nuns with guns. They do have power armor.
Okay.
To a point. They're not nearly as powerful as Space Marines because at the end of the day, they are still just women. They're not like, biometrically enhanced like super soldiers.
They are going through the process of like getting 3 hearts inserted into their bodies.
Yeah, exactly. So they still have just normal human organs. They have normal human strength, but this is supplemented with the power armor that they do wear. So it does allow them to use bolters.
Oh.
Which is something normal humans can't use without blowing their own arm off with each shot.
That makes sense.
Maybe we'll get into that a little bit later, but the typical weapons of like Space Marines are bolters. They fire such a large round that the typical human trying to shoot a bolter, the knockback of it would fully rip your arm off.
Oh, that's lovely.
The Sisters of Battle can shoot those.
Okay.
So they got some strength. They're pretty tough.
Beefed up. They're beefed up.
They love their flamethrowers.
Yes.
They absolutely love cleansing heretics in the Emperor's holy flames.
What lady doesn't love a flamethrower? All I gotta say is give a lady a lighter and some hairspray. The original flamethrower.
Now, the Sisters of Battle, or the Sisters Orders militant, serve as the ecclesiarchy's armed forces, mercilessly rooting out spiritual corruption and heresy within humanity and every organization of the Adeptus Terra. So basically, they're sent in whenever there's the idea of like, oh, there might be a cult coming up here. They send in the Sisters of Battle to see if it is actually that, and if it is, they're gonna just burn the whole place to the ground. Now, what some people view as heresy and others don't is kind of up to them. So it's human error as to if they're right or wrong. And sometimes people just get, burned alive, but whatever.
It's just like everybody else within the Warhammer universe. What you think is law is kind of law in that moment. Unless the Emperor comes up and says, bad.
Yes. No, you're not wrong. So the Adeptus Sororitas was created initially just because they were using it as a caveat to get around the fact that the church wasn't allowed to have an army. And so they decided to arm their nuns. And they don't have men under arms, so it's technically okay. Another crazy thing about the Adeptus Sororitas is the fact that they really, really love the Emperor.
Yeah.
And their faith is so powerful that they can form miracles.
It's like the orcs where they imagine so hard, but these people
They
believe so
believe
hard.
so fucking hard that the Emperor will protect them that it happens. A good example of this is they have these martyrs,
Mm-hmm.
and they are all like sisters of battle who were so crazy for one thing or another that uh they got kind of idolized
Okay.
and thrown up as saints. Um
Okay.
so it's basically just like a sister of battle who accomplished such crazy deeds that
Yeah,
her
I guess I'm
name
like,
got
what's
went
an
down in history.
example? What's an example of what did one of these martyrs do, I guess?
So there's one of them, she was basically like, I forget exactly the name, so you're gonna have to forgive me because I don't have all that information.
It's okay.
But she was known for carrying around this relic of the church,
Okay.
and it's a chalice
Mm-hmm.
with this weird liquid inside of it. Nobody knows what this is, but when she pours it on the ground, like she starts to pour just a little bit, it makes the most battle-hardened veterans flee in terror.
Huh.
But there's a story basically of her like squadron, or let's say platoon of people that are out there, and they're all under heavy fire from a chaos opposition.
Mm-hmm.
No one can even get out of their like fortification to shoot back because they're under so much heavy fire.
Damn. Okay.
She steps out, walks forward fully into the front line of enemy fire, and does not get hit by a single bullet.
Because she believes the Emperor will protect her.
So either their guns jammed,
Insane.
their bullets hit a fraction of an inch away from where she was at.
Oh my god.
And she poured that little goblet, and everybody started running, and the rest of her people got to come out and hose them down as they ran away.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. So some sisters view this as like, oh, I aspire to be like her. Like she's the person I want to emulate.
Yeah.
And so they'll pick one.
Yeah.
And they'll kind of be like, I'm a sister of this particular one.
Okay.
Or I'm a sister of this particular one.
There's like all of the different. Oh, it's so very religious coded.
Now the Sisters of Battle do not take cowardice well.
I can imagine.
They will fight to the last woman standing. And if you run, oh, they'll fuck you. They'll find you.
All bets are off.
So if you show cowardice in the face of battle, you have to become something called a Sister Repentia.
What's that?
They strip you of your power armor. They cover you in holy seals, like, like you might see on a church or like holy texts.
Yeah.
They give you a two-handed chainsword, and you're the front line now.
Ooh, it's like you tried to run from this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. If you still manage to like survive that and earn your sisterhood back, you can eventually get back into the Sisters of Battle via, like proper penitence, let's say. But if you run again,
oh,
they throw you in something called a penitence engine.
Oh no.
Which is kind of like a walking mech.
Uh-huh.
With like a flamethrower for an arm, and sometimes they have a sword's different like parts and pieces. But when you're strapped into this, you are like blinded.
Uh-huh.
And you are pumped full of a drug, and you get to see this like image that you know that the Emperor's light and love is forever out of your reach.
Oh.
So it runs on your own self-hatred.
Oh!
And they pump you full of drugs that amplify that feeling.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't feel barbaric or terrible.
No. And you'll die in that.
And the function is literally just feel bad about what you did? Or
So
does it
it's used for war.
So it powers this machine basically, but you aren't doing anything. You're just
Not really, no. You're just constantly knowing that you're never going to get to go to a good afterlife.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. But again, they can form certain miracles through their faith. So enough sisters chanting like holy hymns and stuff can not only encourage like guardsmen and stuff, but it can cause enemy vehicles to just stop working. It can cause enemy guns to just misfire and jam. It can also cause enemies to run away in pure fear of the sisters because their holy zealotry is enough. The stuff that they can do is just crazy.
Yeah.
But they also have a new Celestine. Okay. We're going to talk about probably the most potent sister of battle currently in existence.
Okay.
Her name is Saint Celestine.
Okay.
She is the only living saint that the sisters have, I believe.
Okay.
She has a halo and angel wings. And she can't die.
So she's a literal angel.
She's a literal angel. Some people thought it was like a mutation or something.
Yeah.
But her faith in she basically became an archangel of the emperor.
Her faith in the emperor was so strong that she became a divine being.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now something that we're going to kind of find out and talk about a little bit later is certain beings of the warp, when they die, they go back to the warp.
Yeah.
Then they can manifest again in the real world.
Yeah.
Celestine doesn't have the problem of manifesting in the real world because she is still a human.
Yeah.
When she quote-unquote dies, she appears at the bottom of this long set of steps.
Okay.
And the idea is that she has to walk all of these steps to eventually come back and fight again.
Yeah.
So it's the idea that she will come back. It's just a matter of who knows how long it's going to take for that to happen.
Like, when is she going to be?
But she can fully manifest herself back into a new body if she ever is killed, which doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Because she is like
she's crazy.
An archangel.
Because she's crazy.
She's so buff.
Mega buff.
Now, not a whole lot of people on the Imperium side have the ability to just quote-unquote respawn.
Yeah.
But a few of them.
Oh.
A few of them have that neat little ability. I would be remiss talking about the sisters to not mention a particular person. His name was Goj Vandire.
Okay.
He sucked. He sucked so much.
Okay. What did he do?
So basically, when the Sisters of Battle were formed, he decided he wanted his own private army.
Of course.
So he went to the Sisters of Battle and he declared himself, the guy in the church to tell them what to do.
Okay.
And at the time, the Canoness, which is like one of the strongest members of the Sisters of Battle, put a gun to his head and was like, "Bitch, please."
He's like, "I don't think so."
So he said, "Go ahead, shoot me. And if I'm wrong, if I'm not the person to lead this place, I will die. But if you shoot me and I know your aim is true and I survive, that is divine proof that I am the person to lead you."
Sure.
So she shoots him in the head. Now, he had this little device called an iron halo, which is kind of like a personal force field. So it deflects the bullet.
Yeah, it doesn't. Wow, shocker.
And he lives. And the Sisters of Battle take this as a sign from the Emperor that he has divine right to rule.
Because of course.
This leads to a lot of terrible things. This guy really liked OnlyFans, so imagine.
Jesus Christ.
With a bunch of very zealotous nuns that are willing to do anything and everything that he wants them to do.
For the Emperor.
Anything for the Emperor. Eventually, they find out what he did. His treachery is proven, and all that basically happens is he gets drug off into a room, and that's all we know. By the Sisters of Battle. So we know he's dead.
I want to know what happened.
But the things they did to him, I'm sure were awesome. He deserved worse, I'm sure. But yeah, so that's Goj Van Dyer. He sucks. Sucks big donkey nuts. Not a great guy. But he's dead now. He was also quoted in saying when he was like confronted by the Sisters of Battle, I don't have time to die. Yeah.
What a piece of work.
What a piece of work.
Piece of work.
But with that, I think that's mostly a lot of the Adeptus Sororitas. They can use bolters. They love to use their flamethrowers to cleanse heresy. They work very close with the Inquisition. Because the Inquisition kind of loves them because they're all about fuck the heretics.
Fuck the heretics.
But they are technically a militant branch of the church. They're not supposed to have, but they do. So,
God, that's crazy. Where they're just like, you told me I can't have men. I shall have women.
I shall have women at arms. Then
you know what? I love it. I'll take it.
Yeah. They're pretty badass. They train super hard. They have their own assassins. They like their chain weaponry as well.
Ooh, okay.
They also have pipe organ tanks.
That's fun. I love a good instrument weapon.
They're kind of like a big pipe organ on a tank body, and if they play the right keys and the right like hymns, it will launch mortars.
That's so cool.
At enemies.
I freaking love that. I love a good instrument weapon.
The penitence engine, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's for the most part the Sisters of Battle. There's always more to talk about for sure. Specific characters that they have had, battles that they've won, battles they've been bodied in.
Yeah, there's 12 billion stories because there's 12 billion books.
Yeah, compared to Guardsmen, Sisters crush. Compared to Space Marines, they're all right. Like they're not. I wouldn't say like a Space Marine and a Sister of Battle go at it, and I don't think the Sister of Battle really has a chance.
Yeah.
But that's because Space Marines are stupidly powerful. So again, 3 of these guys took over a whole planet in less than a day. So, it's crazy. But yes, you're right. They are the most let's say what's the word I'm trying to go after here? Zealotous of the Emperor's units, because their faith is the only faith that can cause miracles to happen on the battlefield, which is really cool. I love that as like a feature of theirs.
That's very fun. Nuns with guns,
Nuns with guns.
You love a good nun with a
gun. But as I said, Celestine is not the only member of the Imperium that can just come back and gets a res timer.
Oh, who else gets a res timer?
Vulcan.
This is the salamanders, right?
Good job, the Salamander's Primarch, yes.
I remember it from last episode.
I'm so proud of you. Now, Vulcan is something called a perpetual.
Oh, what is that?
Means he can't die.
Okay.
No matter what you do to him, he cannot die. He can be atomized. And he'll come back.
Is it the same stairs situation, or?
No one knows. If there's some kind of special thing that Vulcan has to do in order to come back or not, like Celestine, he just comes back. And he keeps coming back. And he keeps coming back.
And he just keeps coming, and he just keeps coming, and he just keeps coming, and he just keeps coming. And...
Now, something that I didn't really get to talk about a whole lot last time was the Imperium. There's a thing called the Horus Heresy.
Yes, I said that word earlier, and I know what that means.
Now, Horus was the first Primarch that the Emperor ever found.
Oh.
So it was his first son.
Okay.
As such, Horus was the battle master of like the Emperor's legions.
Yeah.
His sons were the Lunar Wolves. Um, he himself was pretty much unmatched combat wise.
Uh-huh.
So he ends up falling to chaos. Not
Oh.
through really any fault of his own. He gets fucked over pretty hard.
Okay.
But when he does, a bunch of his brothers are also convinced to join him because the Emperor's not exactly the best dad.
Yeah.
Emperor's a bad dad.
Bad dad.
Bad dad. And
Hey, you
so,
can't be the lord of millions of worlds if you're a good dad, I guess.
I guess. So they end up joining Horus, in the Horus heresy. So these Primarchs fall to chaos
Okay.
and they go attack Terra.
Oh, shit.
This ends up in the death of a few Primarchs,
Oh.
notably Sanguinius,
Ooh.
who is our beautiful golden-haired angel-winged vampire boy.
Golden-haired, angel-winged vampire boy? He's dead?
Yes, he dies.
He's dead forever?
Horus kills Sanguinius.
Was he on the
He was on the good side. Yeah,
He
the
was on the
Emperor's side.
Whoa.
Yeah, good is subjective, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I get you.
Sanguinius ends up dying to Horus. A few other Primarchs get kind of ripped apart here and there. But here's the cinch, right? Here's the main problem. Primarchs are terrifying.
Yeah.
They are walking demigods.
Mhm.
Just powerhouses of destruction. Souped up on chaos energy,
Uh-huh.
it's even worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
But you remember how I told you that, like, demons and stuff, when they die, they go back to the warp, and then they can form their physical bodies again, eventually?
Uh-huh.
That's what happens to a demon Primarch. You
Oh,
can't kill a demon Primarch.
Oh, boy.
Not really, anyway. Maybe, like, some people could have, like the Emperor back in the day could have done it.
Like, very specific, very powerful people.
Maybe, like, a special weapon or some bullshit like that. But, like, let's take Angron, for instance. He is the Chaos Primarch of Khorne.
Okay, that's the god of death and blood and murder and stuff, right?
Yeah, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. And nobody has put more skulls on that throne than Angron.
All right.
Angron ended up growing up on like a gladiatorial world where he was forced to fight for his life as a slave.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over and over again. And he was fitted with this device called the Butcher's Nails.
Oh.
Which are these, like, kind of tentacle things that they stick in your head.
Oh.
And it constantly pulses the adrenaline and anger parts of your brain. So he was always mad.
Oh. Okay.
And eventually the Butcher's Nails will kill you.
Yeah.
But not if you're a demon Primarch.
Oh, okay.
So he turned into a giant, like, red demon with wings. Think, like, he's got the hooves, the whole shtick.
Ah.
A couple of his particular features that he managed to do was he beat a demon with an iron bar so hard and so many times that it turned into a sword.
The iron bar turned into a sword, or the demon
The iron bar and the demon combined into a sword.
They both became...
Yep.
Stupid.
Super stupid. He had a cult that made him an axe called Skull Splitter.
Oh, fun.
I believe it was called Skull Splitter. Which he then proceeded to test out by murdering the whole cult.
I mean, that would definitely suck, making a gift for somebody and then having it used against you. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that cult would also be like all for it.
Oh yeah, they were probably pretty stoked about it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so you can't bless you. you can't really kill a demon Primarch, which
Mhm.
sucks ass,
Yeah.
because our Primarchs can die, and theirs just get a respawn timer, and it's kind of bullshit.
That's a lot of bullshit, but the bad guy side never said they were gonna make it easy for you.
Yeah, they never said that they was gonna. Angron has died multiple times,
Uh-huh.
but the thing about the Chaos Gods, and this is something we'll get into a lot more later, is they all have their own number,
Okay.
their sacred number.
Okay.
Now, for Khorne, his sacred number is 8.
Oh.
So, on the 8th hour of
Mhm.
the 8th day,
Mhm.
Angron will come back.
Oh. Okay.
Every time.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes he can come back sooner if there's enough bloodshed going on. So,
Oh.
like, if there's a big enough war, he might just appear out of a pool of blood.
Ooh, he's like, ooh, the blood fuels me.
Yeah, blood for the blood gods, skulls for the skull throne. But yeah, so that's a little bit about like the Horus Heresy and why we're like fighting each other. Why there's like the Imperium versus Chaos versus et
It's
cetera, et cetera, et
because some of
cetera.
the Primarchs went
Traitor.
chaos.
Yeah, turn traitor.
Turned traitorous.
And again, up to depending on the Primarch and depending on kind of
Mhm.
what's going on. Depends on how much they were like sucky.
Yeah.
Not many of them chose to be chaos worshippers just because they had no reason to do so. There was
There's
the
a
Emperor's
lot
bad
of
dad.
yeah, the Emperor's a bad dad. He has a coffee mug that his children gave to him that said baddest dad of the year.
Baddest dad
Of
ever.
baddest dad award.
Baddest dad award. But yeah, so with that, that kind of covers the Sisters of Battle and a little bit more on like why the Imperium is the way that it is right now in the current like situation we're in.
Mhm.
But you asked why the Emperor couldn't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
During the fight with Horus, he was brutally wounded. So he
Uh-huh.
kills Horus,
Uh-huh.
but he hesitated because that was his son.
Yeah.
That was his first son that he ever found.
Mhm.
And that hesitation was enough for Horus to get a mortal wound on the Emperor.
Mm.
So the Emperor came back to Earth, to
Mhm.
Terra, and he sat on something called the Golden Throne,
Okay.
where he is still to this day.
Okay.
He is a skeleton,
Oh. Fun.
but he is technically still alive.
Oh.
The Golden Throne itself is the only thing keeping demons from just teleporting into Terra
Okay.
via the warp.
Yeah.
There's one small problem to this.
Uh-huh.
To keep the Emperor alive, he requires a snack every day. The sacrifice of 1,000 psychers.
1,000 sacrifices a day.
A day.
How?
Yep.
That's oh.
So this is kind of funny because it leads back to the Sisters of Battle.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that they do is they have a whole order called the Sisters of Silence.
Okay.
And they are something called blanks, where psychic energy cannot really exist around them.
Uh-huh.
So psychers hate blanks because just by being in the presence of a blank, it starts to drive them insane.
Okay.
So Sisters of Silence are a huge thing,
Uh-huh.
and they man something called the Black Ships,
Okay.
which go from planets to planets to planets,
Uh-huh.
collecting psychers for the Emperor's daily snack.
Oh God.
Mhm.
And so they find the psychers. Psychers can't do anything about it because
Yoink!
oh, cool.
Yep. Now I should also say that this is kind of an important thing for the Imperium. Psychers in general are kind of terrifying because it goes off Dragon Age rules.
Okay.
If you don't know what you're doing as a psyker,
Uh-huh.
it's very easy to accidentally, I don't know, cause a demon invasion on your planet.
Just casual stuff.
Soups cash.
Soups cash.
Soups
So
cash
what
money.
is, like, I guess what does a psyker do? Like, what makes them a psyker?
So what makes you a psyker is your ability to manipulate and control the warp. In other words, you're a space wizard.
Space wizard.
So there are psykers that have the ability to, like, they specialize in biometrics, so they can make you live longer,
Okay.
or they can cure your diseases,
Mhm.
or they can heal you from a mortal wound.
Very fun.
But if they fuck it up, it might look like, you have your hands on your feet and your feet on your hands. Or you might just explode.
Oh, cool.
Like, you want to make sure you have an experienced psyker that's doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're probably going to die.
Love that for us.
There's more like evocation kind of stuff, like gouts of flame and things like that. Big kind of elemental explosions. But there's also psykers that specialize in guiding ships through the warp.
Okay.
Called navigators.
Yeah, okay.
So it's their job to find safe passages through the warp and to take them to the location they're trying to get to. You also have ones that specialize in, like, I'm going to use my powers to look into this crystal ball and there's Angron.
Right.
This is where he's at. This is what he's planning.
Yeah.
Like all about that clairvoyance kind of stuff. So anything you can think of for magic exists in the 40K universe. It's just psykers do it.
Okay.
The problem is it's very demon tainted.
Because warp is leading into their realm, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the demons in the warp can kind of use you as a conduit to open a portal to kill people.
Ooh.
Now, chaos sorcerers love this shit. Because that's just good for them.
Yeah.
Demons coming through and, like, eating people, even if it's them, is great.
No downsides.
They love it. The Imperium still employs psykers, but it's kind of like dogs on a leash.
For the most part. You're doing this for me because I'm telling you to do it, and if you disobey, you're done.
If you disobey, it's a bullet to the back of the head.
If you disobey, you're a snack.
Yep. So a lot of psykers that aren't trained or aren't good enough end up on the black ships, and they are the, snack for the Emperor.
And it's all just accidental. It's kind of like sorcerer logic in D&D, where it's like some people are just automatically psykers. Some people aren't. Oh, well, that's fun.
And it's also like there's different levels of being a psyker. So some of them are just more powerful than others automatically. There's also a level of psyker that you cannot reach while still having, like, a physical form.
Okay.
Because after that, you're just too much. Like, a physical body cannot contain your psychic power.
Okay.
There's also Space Marines who are psykers. And they're called librarians.
Okay.
And they've learned how to, like, harness warp storms and, like, throw them at enemies and stuff like that. Now, here's a funny thing. The Imperium's kind of torn on it. Because a lot of them are like, this is really useful and we need them. Other people are like, heresy mutants, burn them all. So, it's also really funny because the Hounds of the Emperor is kind of what the Space Wolves are called. Very Norse themed, like Nordic.
Yeah.
They are like, psykers are stupid. We fucking hate them. They're nerds. Kill them all.
Fucking nerds.
But at the same time, they have things called wolf priests and rune priests. Who are, like, totally not psykers.
Definitely not
but
psykers.
They're definitely psykers.
They're just psykers.
Like, they use rune magic and like, all that kind of fun stuff to empower, like, other members of their group.
They do everything a psyker would do, but just call it something different.
But yeah, just call it something different. So they have, like, the wolf priests and the iron priests and stuff like that, which, it's so funny to me that they hate them so much. Because the Space Wolves are the biggest jocks you're gonna find.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, woo, 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 gotta fuck 'em up, woo, 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 woo. The Space Wolves are also the people that they send when another chapter is kind of getting out of hand.
Uh-huh.
So they're the, you're getting a little too big for your britches.
Or the reset button.
And then the Space Wolves come and just body your whole fucking chapter.
And the Space Wolves can't really be tamed, can they, right? Like,
No.
or like they answer... The Space Wolves deal is they answer the Emperor and literally nobody else.
Literally nobody else. And the Emperor's not around anymore. So they're also known for having a dreadnought, a venerable dreadnought, who is so old he actually was around during the time that the Emperor was in his reign.
Oh, cool.
Everybody shows so much respect to this guy. And it's so funny because he's like a grandpa. They wake him up and he like tells stories and tells tales of great battles and stuff that the Emperor had. Space Wolves are also fucking Giga Chads. They figured out how to get drunk. Despite the fact that because of the typical anatomy of a Space Marine, they cannot get drunk. Because their body filters toxins too well.
Yeah.
So they came up with their own version of alcohol, which can get Space Marines fucked up.
So they're just the frat boys of the Warhammer universe.
They are the frat boys of the Warhammer universe for sure.
They're like, I will drink rocket fuel before I'm not getting drunk.
I will not have to deal with this existence and not have some form of alcohol. Yeah. 100%. Space Wolves are pretty chill guys for the most part. For the most part. Like, that's the thing about the Imperium is everybody's like, oh, like, so the humans are the good guys.
Nobody's good in this universe.
Nobody's good. Nobody is
wins.
fully good, except maybe the Tau were at one point, and then they decided there was like a whole lot of mind control fucky going on there, and so it looked like there was all peace and unity, but a lot of that was mind control. But anyway, get into that more later, I suppose.
There's a lot to cover, people.
But so something I would like to cover before like we finish, because we're talking a lot about the Imperium this episode, is the Imperium itself is 1,000,000 planets.
Yes.
That's what they always boast in the numbers, is they control 1,000,000 worlds. Now, all of these worlds are factually kind of different most of the time. Some of them are hive worlds just to continue producing people. Some of them are agro worlds, which are specifically made to like farm and produce food for other places. Some of them are called death worlds because there is some kind of hazard on here that is generally murderous to everyone and everything on it.
Cool.
The place that the Space Wolves live, Fenris, is considered a death planet. Because it's so cold there, it will kill most things.
Sounds about right.
And they're just over there in their great halls drinking mead, go woo 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 woo, gonna fuck them up. But the craziest thing to me is there is the Astra Militarum, which is again kind of like the military.
Yeah.
A lot of branches of the Militarum, but they their whole shtick is a lot of their forces, because Space Marines are not easy to get, consist mostly of guardsmen.
Okay.
Now, guardsmen are put through training, just like any kind of, soldier would be. And almost every single planet has something called the Imperial Tithe. So you have to supply men every year to the growing ranks of the Militarum.
Yeah.
Humanity likes to throw guardsmen at a problem until it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that looks like meat grinder situations.
Okay.
So the beaches of Normandy?
Where
we just kept sending dudes and sending dudes at a fortified position until eventually we broke through.
Right.
It's that, but on a galactic scale.
That's insane.
So they will just keep sending troops and keep sending troops until eventually we win.
God damn.
Like, human life, again, is the cheapest thing that the Imperium has to offer.
That's insane.
But again, these guys are terrifying. a typical guardsman could probably kick the shit out of anybody we have in today's military.
Yeah.
And that's a typical guardsman.
Well, they gotta be able to.
They're equipped with flak armor,
Okay.
which is like really good armor in today's world. The Warhammer 40k universe, like tissue paper. They are given a las gun. You okay? Headache?
They're given a las gun.
They're given a las gun, which is basically, it shoots a hyper-focused beam of light that can melt through solid steel.
Okay.
There's about as effective as a flashlight.
They're just fucked. They're fucked.
Yep, but the idea is you get enough of these guys shooting, and eventually, you know,
It'll do something.
something will happen. One of the funniest things to me is the guardsman's uplifting primer, which every guardsman is given.
Okay.
And it is kind of like a handbook for being a guardsman.
Okay.
The first couple pages are mostly just like an uplifting, we are humanity, we are the baddest of asses. But there's descriptions.
Yeah.
Of the things that you'll have to fight, because you're now aware of things that the normal populace is not. Like orcs. Which is so funny because they're like, orcs look large and intimidating and scary, but they're actually cowards.
Oh boy, they just lie.
All of that muscle mass that they have is just to hide the fact that they have very weak bones and is probably weaker than the average human.
Oh, and people fall for this? They're like, oh yeah, they wouldn't lie to me.
It's also known in the guardsman ranks as emergency toilet paper. Yeah. Because it's a bunch of bullshit. Like, they say that Tau are like, they have very poor eyesight, get scared very easily, and will probably run if you make enough noise. Meanwhile, the Tau are the most effective long-range combatants that anyone has ever seen.
They just tell them the opposite of what's actually true.
Yeah.
Is it like a fear? They just don't want them to be afraid?
Exactly. They don't want them to be afraid. Yep. Exactly that.
Wow.
Exactly that. So we've kind of talked a little bit about the main force of the Imperium being the Guardsmen. We talked a little bit about how, like, Space Marines in general are kind of the enforcers, the things that get sent in when there's a big problem.
Yeah.
The Sisters of Battle deal with a lot of heresy and, like, internal problems and stuff like that. Which covers the vast majority of kind of what the Imperium is about for the most part. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of subsections of each one of these. I think there was originally 20 different Primarchs. So each one of them has chapters of Space Marines that are dedicated to them. Then there's sub-chapters of those chapters that branched off afterwards. So there's a lot. There's like so many. Way too many to cover in, an episode like this. But there's also the Leagues of Votann.
Okay, what's that?
Which are going to be crazy. I didn't even get into this at all in the last episode. The Leagues of Votann are space dwarves.
Dwarves in space?
Dwarves in space.
Dwarves in space.
They have a very interesting society where they are mostly scrappers.
Okay.
So they love, like, when they take down an enemy ship, they'll haul that shit back and break it down to its base components and use it for their own whatevers.
Okay.
They were originally known as the Squats.
Okay.
But now they are the Leagues of Votann. They love AI. They love AI so much.
That sounds about right, because if you think about it, dwarves are always the, like, tinkerers of fantasy.
For sure.
And so it makes sense that it translates into technology,
Right. So the Imperium kind of knows about them and does trades with them. But they are enough of a force that the Imperium doesn't just try to take them over.
They're like, we're just gonna not fuck with these guys.
Just really, really gonna not. But let's talk about some of the subspecies of human.
Okay.
Shall we? So we know that like there are different mutations and stuff that can happen, and just like in our world, like if you're around radiation or et cetera for too
Yeah.
long, but also human evolution takes its own choice ideas sometimes.
Especially with all the different Primarchs and different planets, different environments that you're living in. Like, not all humans are going to look the exact same in this type of universe.
Exactly. So, let's talk about one of my favorites, the Ogren.
Okay.
These are very large humans.
Uh-huh.
They're almost always bald. They're slightly deformed.
Okay.
But they still have like all the working parts you would imagine, but their face kind of looks messed up. You know, sometimes they're a little lumpy in places.
Alright.
Um,
Nothing wrong with a little lump.
yeah, they are particularly not super smart.
Okay.
But what they are amazing at is fighting.
Okay.
So they can carry and use bolters
Nice. We love that's a great
without
point to
power armor.
That's good.
They're just big and strong enough that they can do it, which is crazy to me.
Uh-huh.
They're great at like upfront melee combat too, because they'll
Okay.
crush you.
Oh, fun.
An Ogren can go toe to toe with an orc
Oh, fun.
for physical like prowess,
Uh-huh.
which is so crazy because orcs can cleave through power armor with axes.
Because they believe they can.
Because they're buff enough. Yeah, for sure. They believe it. Yeah, Ogren are absolutely beasts. They are awesome in the battlefield. And the Imperium loves using them because they're so obedient.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it's like handing a child something and being like, yes, do this thing for me.
One of my favorite stories about an Ogren is commissars are a thing in the Imperium where they're kind of like a little mini general.
Uh-huh.
And they're meant to keep the guardsmen in line because the things that the guardsmen see and have to deal with are so scary that a lot of the times they'll turn and run or try to turn and run.
Uh-huh.
A commissar will shoot you in the head if you try to turn and run.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, but Ogrins know them as the man with the pointy hat.
The man with the pointy hat.
So I just listen to the man with the pointy hat, and I'll do whatever he tells me to do. And then they stick all these metals on my chest. So, or they'll call him like boss or like pointy hat or et cetera, because
Yeah.
they don't really get it, you know? And so they also don't know why they're getting all these medals and stuff, but because they're just doing what they're told.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, there was an Ogren, his whole shtick was he was the bodyguard to this one very, very specific commissar.
Uh-huh.
And a Tyrannid
Uh-huh.
came up like from beneath him and started eating this commissar.
Uh-huh.
He single-handedly cracked this thing's jaw open, grabbed Mr. Pointy Hat out of it, saving his life, then proceeded to murder the oncoming, like, swarm of Tyrannids by himself. Because he off to save Mr. Pointy Hat.
What did Pointy Hat say afterwards?
Pointy Hat gave him a shit ton of medals.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
5 gold stars for you.
He got promoted like fuck ton.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Mr. Pointy Hat loved him. Like, because he's been good to him the whole time, you know? Like, he feeds him well and takes care of him. So it's like, yeah, gotta make sure Mr. Pointy Hat doesn't die.
Yeah.
There are ratlings.
Oh. Are they
Which-
rat people?
Kinda. They're very small.
Uh-huh.
They're very sneaky. They love to steal shit.
The sneakery.
They also love to gamble. And it's very common that they work as like cooks or like line chefs in barracks of guardsmen where they have their own underground gambling rings. Also just constantly stealing anything that's not nailed down and using that as like, you know, the way to keep the gambling arena going.
Okay, love it.
And they make hella good snipers.
Okay.
I don't know why, but they're really good snipers.
We love it.
There are catfolk,
Ooh.
but it's very much like your typical cat girl
Yeah.
kind of cat person.
It's like they have the ears and the tail.
Yep, exactly. Now these are all considered acceptable mutations
Oh,
by the
okay.
Imperium. So Ogren, the cat people, the ratlings, all of these are acceptable mutations in the Imperium. So you're okay if you are these people.
Yeah.
They make great scouts because their hearing is so good that they can tell when someone is, I think, within like a 5-mile radius.
Jesus.
Something crazy like that. They can also grow really long claws and use those as like a melee weapon if they need to.
So all the acceptable mutations are the ones that are useful for the Imperium.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, crazy how that works, right?
Wow, I'm shocked.
Now there is also a really funny story because remember I told you there's just a bunch of worlds here.
Yeah.
Some of them are made specifically to manufacture and produce weapons of war.
Okay.
So sometimes people have like, it's the guardsman's tax, right?
Yeah.
Other times it'll be like, I want 2 Bane blades, which are these giant tanks that are made and used in the Imperial Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Or I want you to produce this many Chimera tanks.
Yeah.
Etc., etc. Well, there was a planet after the fall of man that was producing tanks.
Okay.
That was all they did. They were never told to stop. So they just kept making them. But no one kept coming to pick them up. Because at that point, nobody knew about them.
Yeah.
Really. Because everybody lost communication, etc., etc. The Men of Iron, all that fun stuff. So they just made tanks.
Oh.
And they made tanks, and they made tanks. So there was a planet full of tanks.
So many tanks.
Super unfortunate for them that Chaos found them first.
No!
Yep.
That's so bad.
Yeah, that sucks big ass.
That's so bad.
Big ass. There's lots of random like little stories like that I think are very fun. But I think that covers most of the Imperium. Do you have any questions or anything you want to ask?
Do you have a favorite? Do you have like a favorite of the Imperium? Of like both, I guess, Primarch and like Space Marine chapter underneath said Primarch.
Okay. I love the Space Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just they get drunk, they get rowdy, they have a good time. And I love the fact that they don't really bow down to the Imperial law.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, this is what we decided we think is a good idea.
Yeah.
Get fucked. And not many Space Marine chapters do that. I think it's really cool that that's how they work.
Uh-huh.
They're also like just chads for the most
They're
part.
Giga
Like
Chads,
just
and we
fucking
love a
Giga
good
Chads.
Giga Chad.
It's so funny to see the muscle bound, roided up dude just wailing on the thing that you were like, and just laughing the whole time, and you're like, that thing was terrifying and awful, and they're just like, ha 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 ha. It's the best. I love that. And then as far as Primarchs go, I think Vulcan is very interesting as a Primarch because he's the only perpetual. But I would have to say, crazy enough, one of my favorites might actually be Mortarion.
Who's Mortarion?
And I might be wrong. I think that's the right one. He is currently the Primarch of Nurgle.
Oh, Nurgle's one of the Chaos Gods, right? The one of like pestilence
and
disease, yeah.
He is the living swarm host Mortarion for the Death Hive.
Oh, that's fun.
I feel really bad for Mortarion because he was tricked.
Oh no.
So all of his sons were infected with this weird like plague, like disease.
Oh.
And his right-hand man who we find out had fallen to chaos, told him, "Hey, I can fix this.
Oh no.
I can fix this. I'll take us to a place that we can get better."
Oh.
And he takes them basically to like Nurgle's realm. And he delivers the entire death core to Nurgle. And for doing this, he gets like a big, big
Yeah.
reward. But Mortarion didn't really have much of a choice
Damn.
in becoming a Chaos Primarch. There wasn't really anything he could do. He did it to save his sons. And I think that's really sad.
Yeah.
And to this day, he still holds a huge grudge on his right-hand man.
Oh yeah.
And he won't really work with him.
That's insane.
I really like Mortarion. I feel it's just because I feel bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that sucks. He didn't want this. He
And,
didn't
like,
choose to do this.
The aesthetic of like pestilence and rot and disease too is like I find it very cool. Gross, for sure gross, but like the whole decay vibe is
Oh yeah, his Death Guard are terrifying. Because what they work on siege warfare is what they love to do. So they will go into a planet and just them being there is a disease. So like a cloud of disease will start to spread and they will move slowly through this cloud. And by the time they get there, think of imagine trying to fend off these heavily armored just titans while also you have the flu and also measles and also explosive diarrhea and all of this stuff is happening while they're just marching up on you. They invented a plague that has the ability to eat metal.
What the hell?
Yeah, even the Necrons are scared of these guys.
Yeah, that's awful.
Because they are terrifying. They also have things called plague zombies.
Ew.
Where when someone dies because of their disease and stuff, if they're not quite dead, Nurgle might.
They have things like plague zombies.
Yeah, plague zombies, where maybe these people that they're going past are not quite dead. Nurgle will come to them, or even the other Death Guard will come to them and be like, "Hey, you want the pain to stop? You want the disease to stop?" And a lot of you want to live. And they will. They'll take the deal, and they'll become walking hosts of plagues.
Insane.
Nurgle is considered one of the quote-unquote nicest of the chaos gods, because you can join him for sure. He'll spread that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you'll be fine. He offers the crabby thing about Nurgle, I think, is that imagine being on your deathbed with cancer. And you might hear Nurgle in your ear being like, "Hey, this doesn't have to be the end for you. You can be fine." All of these sick people on their deathbeds praying for help, praying for release, praying for one more day. That feeds Nurgle, baby. That's all about that pestilence and rot. That's all about Nurgle.
That's rough.
So Mortarion is just so interesting to me because after he became a demon Primarch, his body is the host to something called the Death Swarm, which are all these bugs and insects, and they nest inside of him and in his pores and inside of his chest. He shouldn't be alive, but he is. And he just kind of moves forward, and if things get too crazy, a huge swarm of insects come out and just start eating the flesh off of everything.
Jeez.
Mortarion is anywhere. His weapon of choice is this giant scythe, like a Grim Reaper scythe.
That's fun.
Oh, it's so scary. So terrifying. Even being in his proximity is enough to kill most people. If he manages to hit you with that scythe, oh, we're talking big negatives, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Big negatives. And the same thing with him. You can't kill him. Because if you kill him, he comes back.
Oh, God. Respawn.
It really is the respawn timer for sure. So you're only getting a break. You're not getting a full win here.
He is the Grim Reaper.
He is the Reaper, and he's coming for your ass. But yeah, I love the Space Wolves. I like the Death. Like I like all of them. They're all really cool, and they all have their own fun lore and stuff. And learning about them and reading the books and stuff was very fun. But yeah, with that, I think this finishes our episode on the Sisters of Battle and kind of covering the Imperium as an overall whole. If there's anything that you guys would like us to talk about, any Primarchs that you would like us to get into, or any of the random successor chapters of Space Marines, or just the random pull-offs of Guardsmen, or et cetera, anything like that, do let us know in the comments section below. Also go check out Emily's cookbook that's going to be coming out soon, the Copper Spoon Chronicles, available for pre-order now anywhere books are sold, places like Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Oh, excuse me. Not Hastings. But yes, available anywhere books are sold. And if you like what we do and you'd like to support us more in a more personal way, please do go check out our Patreon, where members get access to these episodes a whole week earlier.
A whole week earlier. There is going to be voting on there eventually. Just nobody really clicks on anything when I post stuff right now. So
there's going to be voting and polls and all kinds of fun stuff there. We also have a merch shop. We got it up. A bunch of people were contacting us asking if they could get merchandise from us in one way or another, and Emily made it happen. She did find a website that we can get merch from, so if you'd like to go check that out, the link should be in
the bios of all the places.
The bios of all the places. There we go.
Or in the description of this episode.
Or in the description of this episode, maybe. Like, who knows?
Who knows? It's somewhere.
But yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And we will see you again next time. And until then, goodbye, merry travelers!
Goodbye!